Some of you might even say that they understand why Israel had opened the war in Gaza, but by now it's unproportional because you see a lot of damage in Gaza, a lot of people getting hurt, even children die, and the situation in Gaza is dire. There's just no arguing about that. Um, but still, I want to talk about the proportionality. I mean, if you're talking about proportionality, you're talking about two things that has to be weighed one uh, against the other, right? So if you count bodies, of course, there's much more dead people in the Gazan side than in the Israeli side, even though the amount of dead civilians in Israel is unprecedented. If we still try to think about proportionality in this matter, we have to take into account also the fact that there are still 239 civilians held by Hamas, among them babies, children, elderly people, ill people who need medical treatment. What's the proportionality here? Bring them back, right? Just release the hostages, or we need to come and get them. There's also no proportion if you just compare the casualties in Gaza, which Israel regrets very much. But none of the people who got, the uninvolved people who got killed in Gaza were not targeted. Nobody entered a person's house and started massacring everybody inside with a knife, with an axe, with flame bombs, just burning people alive. This has not happened. Israel warned the Gazan people they should now flee to the south of Gaza, and many of them did, but many of them didn't because Hamas wouldn't allow it, because Hamas benefits from a humanitarian crisis in Gaza, because you, good people who are not very familiar with the situation, just think, oh, the poor Gazans, which is true. But much more than the poor Gazans are, in fact, victims of the war and the Israeli bombardments, there are even more victims of Hamas. Hamas has 500 kilometers of underground tunnels, but the people of Gaza are not allowed to get in order to save their lives. No, this is for the fighters. Hamas would not let them in the tunnels and would not let them go to the south of Gaza, where they are safe and where Israel does not bomb anybody. So where exactly is the proportion? I mean, give us back our citizens, including children, women, and elderly. Surrender. We want to take Yahya Sinwar to court because what he did is a Nazi pogrom. If you look for proportionality, just look on both sides, not just blame Israel all the time.